Good morning, folks. Welcome to a Weather IQ weather update looking at a low pressure system impacting the WA coastline around the central west coast. This update is always brought to you by townsvillesheds.com. The low is currently located about 250 kilometres west of Geraldton as of around about 6 o'clock this morning WA time, and that low is tracking fairly quickly towards the east and will hit the coast at some stage later this morning into around lunchtime. Looking at the AI modelling on this thing, we can see it coming onto the coast around Gero at around about sometime around lunchtime, and then basically washing out very quickly as it pushes inland. The higher resolution modelling does have the system coming onto the coast a little bit later in the later just after lunch, but generally speaking the same sort of area. You can see here on the northern and eastern sides that it is producing winds up around that 25 to 35 knot sustained range, and potentially wind gusts a little bit stronger than that. Most of those winds are affecting areas north of the low pressure system, not south of the low pressure system, because of the onshore versus offshore wind environment. Over the next few hours, we expect to see some shower increases on that northern and eastern side of the low, so expect to see that area between Geraldton and Denham potentially seeing some quite healthy rainfall over the course of the next few hours. Once the low does get onto the coastline, that rainfall around the coastline itself will die off as this drier southwesterly wind comes through behind it. We will see that some shower activity will extend southeastwards as well. Now, the system breaks down right on hitting the coastline, so don't expect to see a hell of a lot of rain associated with this as it pushes eastward. And east of the actual low, we actually have a surface trough that's driving a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity further east of the low. So the low itself coming onto the coast, as I mentioned, around about lunchtime today, maybe just after lunchtime today. And then as we go through, we can also see this secondary area of rain associated with a trough system extending up to the inland Pilbara, and you can see the low as it comes onto the coast, and by tonight there's very little weather going on around it. The actual main weather is around the trough system further to the east. Alrighty, so that's our update on a low pressure system coming onto the coast around Geraldton around about lunchtime today. Strongest effects of which are going to be its winds on its northern and eastern sides, with wind gusts getting up to around about 40 knots potentially on that northern and eastern side of the system. In behind the system, we do expect to see some gusty southwesterlies, but we're not expecting to see the intensity of the winds as the low compared to when the low's approaching the coast. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you next time there's significant weather in subtropical or tropical Australia. Remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to be notified when we issue public updates, and also if you want more details and to access our weather centre, which contains models, radar and all sorts of other goodies, make sure you go to weatheriq.com.au/sign up. Take care, stay safe, especially if you're on the water in Western Australia's west coast.